back in Paris. He arrived yesterday, came down from Amsterdam, and today he went to the cinema and saw the movie Vengeance. Yes, Vengeance. It's got Johnny Hallyday in it. And he's a mean bugger. He didn't go to see Bambi, so you better be nice to him and welcome on the stage for the first time here at the Java. Second time in Paris, Mr. Ross.
Karel, yeah. You gotta get me in the audience. You gotta get it fresh from her, so I'll tell you what you gotta tell her. Imagine. She's good. You've got to imagine.
La la la, I can't hear you.
Imagine that Karel is naked. He's just gotten out of the shower. And he's asking you where the towel is.
Have you ever done TV?
I've done TV, but not of this quality.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome Mr. Ross Bennett?
It's first off, it's just delightful to be here now, and I have such great admiration for Karel for putting this together, to making this happen. Because I mean, how much can you actually make doing this? This has to be a labor of love, and I love being able to work with or for Karel, because his is the only jacket that makes mine look somewhat pressed. Standing next to him, I look very well put together. That's and his is only the third beret I have seen today. The first was, of course, by an old French war veteran, and we're not even certain which war that was from. And the second was, of course, an American who was gay. And I believe if the gay man was here, he would covet your beret. Say what?
He's not married.
It's the lights. I have no. This is all an illusion. So that when the lights are, I assume people are certain places. And, okay, wherever he is, and he may not be here anymore. He might be outside. So, anyways, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here, and I have had a nice trip down from Amsterdam. This is odd, the lighting situation. This has become very uncomfortable. This is what I believe it looks like in the room before the entry room to hell. Because I believe the entry room to hell is probably mostly red and blue. Yes. This is fine. I'm going to encourage whoever's in charge of the lights to make a choice and then quit playing with the knobs. So I was just in Amsterdam. I feel a little bit out of place here in Paris. Amsterdam, I felt rather comfortable because the men up there are extremely homely, and so I feel like up there I felt I fit in. Here, I don't feel I fit in. I don't, because I never like to make too many stories about myself. And that's wrong. That's all I'm going to talk about is myself. I have nothing else to talk about. I've done very little else in my life other than reflect on me. And it's because I'm an American. I'm self-centered, and I only care about you if I absolutely have to. If caring about you has something to do with how much I'm going to make, all right, I'll give a shit. Briefly. I don't like to, I feel ugly, I just gotta say right now. I feel ugly. And I always thought, I had this theory for a long time, that if you're a particularly ugly person, or, and of course one woman said to me up in Amsterdam, she was, you're not ugly, you're unattractive. I think I like better than the forthright discussion of a person from the Netherlands. Anything else you'd like to bring up? I gotta be honest, I personally feel ugly, and I thought it would get better, because some people, you know, like I saw this movie today, like Karel mentioned, Vengeance, and this gentleman, who apparently, as I understand it, is the French Elvis Presley. And by that, I'm assuming that very soon he's going to die taking a crap. But this gentleman, I do not, you know, one thing Elvis Presley was attractive. And this gentleman, good God, I don't know what his name is, but he had lips that, they didn't seem like they were his. I felt there was a very good chance that he might have been involved in that face transplant, because it did not seem like those lips belonged on that face. His lips, they looked like at any moment, looked like he was in a constant state of going, like he was always trying to interrupt you. Very large, meaty lips that also came to a point. I don't need people telling me how I look. I had a woman say to me recently she wouldn't sleep with me if I was the last man on earth. Yeah, well, thank you. And it wouldn't have bothered me, but we weren't even having a conversation. I was parking my car. She just runs up, she bangs on my window. Apparently I had caught her eye, and she was compelled to let me know where she stood on the issue. I think that might be the rudest thing a woman can say to a man. Would you agree with me on that? I wouldn't sleep with you if you're the last man on earth. I think it's rude, abusive, ultimately stupid. Why cut off your option? Yeah, I don't like spinach, but if that's all there is, I'm giving it a shot. And then, what if I am the last man on earth? After you say that, you think I'm just going to give it up? That's one of those differences between men and women. A man would never say to a woman, I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last woman on earth. The worst a man would ever say is, I will not sleep with you unless no one else is available. I'm single, currently single. I've been married twice. I don't know if I'll be married again, though. I think I'd like to be engaged one more time. That'd be fun. I'd like to be engaged to the pop star Beyonce. Let me tell you why. Because for a couple of weeks, I could introduce her to my friends. This is my fiance, Beyonce. Some of you thought I wasn't going to use any French in my show. It's an international show. Fuck Eddie Izzard, all right? Does he have a fiance joke? I don't think so. He's so goddamn clever. By the way, the show is going to start very soon. Let me see what's going on here, because I think this is the sweet spot. Because anybody here, I hear there's some actors here, and I know Bill, I don't know where Bill is, I met Bill, but I could tell Bill was an actor because he gave me his resume. But anybody who does ever work on stage, you spend some time going around and you find the sweet spot, this plot where the light hits you and shows you at the very best. And even though I consider myself ugly, I still want to make sure you see me clearly. I'm not the French Elvis Presley. I don't have large, pouty, puffy, meaty, pinky lips like the French Elvis Presley. I know I'm not on most women's to-do list. An expression that I find to be delightful. That's what I love about women. You'll say things like that, so with no irony whatsoever. Women get together, little girls, little groups, they see guys, they go, I would do him. Right? And then they laugh. I think that's what they say in Switzerland. You're Swiss, right? No. No, but you're from Zurich? And you were so kind to come down here, and I don't want you to I don't want to make you feel like you're being abused, but you're going to be. It's going to feel like you are. Where are you from originally? Germany. And so you moved to Switzerland at some point because there was a common language? Yeah, because they got 4 languages in Switzerland. They have Italian, they have French, they have German, and they have a 4th language that 6 people speak. I believe the language is called Romanish. Romansh. I was pretty fucking close. Forgive me, all I have available to me is Wikipedia. I don't always have real good pronunciation guides on Wikipedia, but Romansh, the language Romansh as I understand it, is a derivation of Latin. There's no proof to this, but what I believe happened is there were some Romans who were going someplace and got lost. And then they, banged a few of the local milkmaids. And I'm assuming every woman back in the day basically was a milkmaid. Which I believe was sort of that generation's version of a porn actress. Because it involves basically the same skill. Pulling large, tubular things, and eventually you get something out. But you've come to visit Karel. And how sad is life in Switzerland? But you look out over everything that's available to you in this delightful country, and you're going, I need to go and see a man with a wrinkled jacket. And I want to say maroon beret, but it's really more of a crimson. Okay. Burgundy? Very much. I don't believe it's burgundy. I believe there's a little too much purple in it. Crimson. Oh, is this the actual beret? Well, that's certainly not.
It's raspberry. Raspberry. Raspberry.
You folks don't even need me. This is how I was thinking I was entertaining you. This is how starved for entertainment you are. A man just holding something up, that will keep you occupied for minutes. It's crimson, it's raspberry, maroon. It's not maroon.
Magenta.
But it is delightful, and apparently it's a bit chilly.